All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down at Ruel. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and our truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai allows it to go, and this is pretty much going to be an update on an kind of an ongoing series. You know, of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai willing, Lord willing, that the Lord will have it. A little ongoing series that I want to start called the days of the dollar are numbered. All right, and I'm pretty sure all the brothers out there have seen this already. It's put up yesterday. Um, it says China and Brazil strikes deal to ditch the U.S. dollar. So now you got another country out there that's running away from the United States dollar. All right, and like this devil Elon Musk is about to explain, pretty much some, in a nutshell, sums it up. Well, at the end of the day, what you got like I think it's like 100. What is it, like 180 some countries throughout the four corners of the globe have all said or announced that they're looking into or accepting digital currency. At the end of the day, this is all prophecy being fulfilled. The pushing out of all physical cash and the ushering in of a global digital money system. All right, which we know at the end of the day, in order for you to use that digital money, you're going to have the charagma, which is the microchip technology embedded inside either one of your hands or in your forehead, like the prophecies say. All right, but I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. Then I'm gonna pull up because I don't want to make this too long at all because I gotta find a better charger because this phone is losing life fast. But it says, in a time when de-dollarization news are dropping fast and furious, right? Because again, you got currency. I mean, Slovakia countries all over the globe running away from the U.S. dollar. All right, because they see it is worthless. And really, again, at the end of the day, this is the Most High, putting that spirit out there for these countries to move away, putting the spirit mainly on Esau. The earth is giving it to the hands of the wicked to basically push physical currency out of the way and usher in the digital money system. All right. The dollarization news are dropping fast and furious. Even Elon Musk is now jumping on a bandwagon. This devil Musk said. It says serious issues. U.S. policies have been too heavy-handed, making countries want to ditch the dollar. Right, and these countries are tired of America. Again, if like Saudi Arabia is a good example. And that's what we're really waiting on, for them to come out, and they may do it before August or on August. All right, when the BRICS nations, I believe they're supposed to be at attendance. The Saudi Arabian government is supposed to be at attendance in South Africa. They're having their the BRICS World Summit or whatever. And I believe it's a strong chance that they could, before it even happens, they come out and announce that we're going to accept other currencies outside of the U.S. dollar for our resources, and that would destroy the petrodollar, and that would pretty much be the death blow to the United States economy, pretty much. So all them dollars are going to come pouring right back into America. Then that's when you get hyperinflation. And then it's really over. All right, and then the people will be begging. Things will get so bad, the people will be begging for help. And Esau is going to run in with the solution. Take this microchip and we'll clear your credit. We'll give you so and so Cobra coins. We'll give you Cobra coins. All right, Serpent. Brother saw that cartoon. The brothers have been reposting. All right, that GI Joe cartoon. Um, yeah, we'll give you some Cobra coins, the Serpent coins. All right, and it'll all be on the Karagma, the microchip. All right, it says but yeah, if these countries out there, cause these countries hate America, man. If they could do anything to give them up under America, dealing with America, they're gonna do it. So if I can buy, oil and other resources for other than the U.S. dollar, they're gonna do it to get from up under the so-called white man, man. because everybody hates this devil except the 2/3 of our people. They're the only ones that like this cracker, man. All right, but it says reading on Musk tweet, it says combined with excessive government spending, which forced other countries to absorb a significant part of our inflation. Right, and they pretty much collapsed the U.S. dollar and made it more and more worthless. So now you need more money to purchase anything. All right, so they're destroying the dollar on purpose because again they're getting ready to usher in the new system. I'm gonna read this part right here. Then I'm gonna pull up the things that the United States depend on Brazil for. All right, and it says which we first defined as a decade ago. Not a day goes by without some modest or not so modest shift towards a world in which the U.S. currency fully weaponized after February 2022 for the entire world to see and fear is no longer the world reserve, and today was no exception. Right, so that pretty much sums it up. I'm gonna read this one part right here too. This one little part right here. But yeah, man, it's losing. The U.S. dollar is losing its world reserve currency. And again, when Saudi Arabia comes out, which I believe they're going to do so, and say, look, if the U.S. dollar, we're going to accept other currencies. Not saying they're not going to accept U.S. dollars, but still. But like I said, if these other countries can do anything to get from up under the so-called white man, they're going to do it. To get from up under the American Edomites, they're going to do it. All right. And again, nobody's afraid of America anymore. 5, 8, 10, 20 years ago, none of these countries would have thought about doing nothing like this. All right, or they'll get Muammar Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein. All right, it says according to the Brazilian government, China and Brazil have reached a deal to trade in their own currencies and ditch the U.S. dollar as an intermediary. Slovakia, uh, uh, entirely Slovakia. AFP reported. Right, so again, that's what I'm just read that one part because again, I don't want to make it too long at all. But yeah, these countries are leaving, getting the hell up out the U.S. dollar, man. And again, they might still accept U.S. dollars, but these other countries around the world, like if I want to buy oil and I don't have to use U.S. dollars, and I hate America, why would I use U.S. dollars? I'm gonna go get me some yuan or whatever. All right, I ain't effing with the U.S. dollar no more. All right, but real quick, let me pull up the things that America depends on Brazil for. All right, so like here, Lil Will's brother can see on the screen. I just did a simple Google search for what does the U.S. buy from Brazil, and it says Brazil primarily exports produces to production. So like it, can't read this morning. Uh, so to the United States are crude oil, which they cut the deal off with Russia, which America was buying a lot of was buying oil from Russia, and when they stopped that due to when they went in and invaded Ukraine, that hurt the oil supply, which Babylon had to go into their oil reserves, which they didn't want to do. And not only that, they also have to help Europe because Biden sent a lot of the oil reserves over there to Europe, and I believe he's still doing it to combat what Russia was doing. Because they also stopped dealing with Russia when they some of the nations stopped them NATO and EU nations stopped dealing with Russia when they invaded Ukraine. All right, so it says they depend on the U.S. or crude oil, aircrafts. So they get aircrafts from there, iron, steel, and machinery. Right, because nothing gets made in America anymore. Pretty much everything gets export. So a lot of these companies that the equipment that they use to run their companies. All right, let's say let's just play advocate here. Let's say um Brazil said, look, if you wanna, we can't accept the U.S. dollar anymore. If you want to trade with us, you got to go buy the yuan, the digital. You got to go buy the yuan, China's currency. And let's say China invades Taiwan, which they're getting ready to do. And Biden said that if they do that, we're going to pretty much not, um, put heavier sanctions on China. So they might say, look, if y'all dealing with them, We don't want nothing to do with y'all because we're allies with Taiwan and they're invading Taiwan right now, which that's coming too. All right, that could that could things could get ugly, man, quick. All right, because again, these companies like these food processing plants and these other companies, um, more than likely they get a lot of their their iron and steels to make those things from Brazil, and the machinery and stuff get made in Brazil and get shipped up here in certain other countries as well. All right, so companies machinery might go down and it might be they might need a new one and they can't get it, and what happens is production either is going to go down because they don't have the machine, the equipment to do it, or they just shut down completely. All right, it says the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysts counted 67.5 billion of U.S. direct investments in Brazil as of 2021, and on a historical cost basis, Brazil, the central banks measured the total at 123.9 billion as of 2022. Yeah, and also what is U.S. import for Brazil? These are other things: wood. You need wood to make houses, to build houses. Quartz, paper, printed books. See right here, oil. Again, wood. Need that for houses. Iron, also iron for houses. Machinery. Boil nuclear reactors, boilers. So they get some important stuff in Brazil. And again, with them dealing with China, when they go into Taiwan, eventually they could just say, "Look, y'all, we don't want nothing to do with y'all because y'all doing deals with China, and we're back in Taiwan." All right, so again, this could open up a whole new, open things up, man. This is definitely, you know, interesting, something to keep an eye on. All right, but we definitely in that time, man. We're definitely in the time of the Third World War, and we're definitely in the time of the end of the so-called of the money system, and the end of the so-called white man's reign of terror. All right, so let me get one scripture. Just Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and see, and set upon the tower, and will watch to see what he was saying to me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision, which is the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right. And in order for the charagma to come, the money should, all paper currencies have to be pushed out of the way. All right, and we're on that way to the path. We're on that path. All right, and definitely when it comes to America, when America fully goes digital, that's how we know we're at the end. Which we see again. They come out. Jerome Powell and all of them already came out and spoke about a digital dollar and all that CBDCs. All right, so we definitely in that time. All right, we definitely in that time, and again, we just gotta keep watch. But we definitely at the end, man. And it's lucky I'm still kind of sleepy, but I wanted to do something with a little video on that. So Lord Will, this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.